Remember that? Media pundits trying to connect President Trump to being anti-Semitic. Now they're most recently drawing a comparison between the president's speech to the Boy Scouts, trying to compare it with German Nazi youth rallies. Newsweek highlighting critics' responses in an article entitled "Trump Boy Scout Speech is Nazi Hitler Youth Rally," the left says. Look who's here, the author of the new book called The Big Lie, Dinesh D Souza. Good to see you, Dinesh.
It's great to be here.
What do you think of this whole, Nazi youth rally comparison?
Well, the reason the left is making this accusation is because they want to make it seem like Trump, although lawfully elected, is somehow illegitimate. And they want to justify their own extremist tactics. The so-called anti-fascists who bring weapons and block speakers from campus, the disruption of the inauguration, all this abnormal behavior, even the effort to sort of pursue investigations without a smoking gun, without an underlying evidence of a crime. It's almost as if they're saying, we're mounting a coup, but it's a justified coup, because this is like getting rid of Hitler in the 1930s.
So their thoughts are facts, their opinions are facts, and they're just jerry-rigging it up. It's to your mind, right?
And their evidence is horrific. I mean, here's a group of Boy Scouts. They're loyal, they're patriotic, honor duty and country, and just because they're wearing brown shirts doesn't really make them Hitler's brown shirts, any more than if I were to wear a black shirt, I'd be one of Mussolini's black shirts. The truth of it is that fascism, historically, has always been on the left. Hitler called himself a National Socialist. So socialism is at the heart of fascism. Mussolini was a Marxist.
Did President Trump say anything at that Boy Scout speech that you felt objectionable or was too far right-wing and too fascist?
Oh, no. In fact, if anything, Trump made his familiar Trumpian jokes and so on. Basically, there was nothing in the content of that suggested fascism in any way. The left pursues the tactics of fascism, and they also have the ideology of fascism to boot.
This isn't the first time the left has crossed the line with the attacks. In a segment about a conservative conference CPAC, we had Full Frontal host Samantha Bee mocking an attendee, saying his haircut resembled a Nazi. You heard about this, Dinesh. Samantha Bee did apologize when she found out that this 20-year-old man, he had his head shaved because he was battling brain cancer. But, I want to get your thoughts, quick thoughts on that, because I want to move on to Bernie Sanders. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I saw a very distinguished scholar of fascism. This is Robert Paxton of Columbia University, and he says when Trump crosses his arms and looks to the left, he looks like Mussolini. Now, this is a kind of shallow mode of argumentation. It strips fascism of any meaning. It doesn't take seriously fascism as an ideology, and it ignores the long history of Democratic Party complicity with fascism. In the 20s and 30s, it was all covered up after World War II.